Well, hello, my beautiful Librans. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with a little bonus reading all about you. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Librans, this is your bonus reading all about you. Us tarot readers, we tend to focus on career, money, love, but we never ask, how are you doing? So this reading is going to tap into what you're going through right now and how you're moving through this time period. Also, please note that I do not choose the cards. They pop out as and when my guides wish them to, so I cannot control what the reading is about. I will honor the energy as it comes out, but this reading may not resonate with everyone, of course. So let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Librans? What do they need to know regarding their current circumstances? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of at this time? Can you please show them the way? What are they meant to be aware of for their highest good? What is going on with them right now? Well, I definitely see that you're trying to accomplish something and it has been challenging, but you will accomplish it. And I feel like you will celebrate very, very shortly a period of your life that you've been super focused on. But I do see here that a lot of you are realizing that everything happens in divine timing, and there's a healthy energy here of you taking charge of your life at the same time as leaving some aspects of it up to fate. Yes, balance. Okay, we have the Justice card right there, cause and effect. So butterfly effect happening in your life right now. But also I feel a lot of you are trying to focus a little bit more on your own needs so that you can harmonize your life and keep everything running smoothly. I feel also that you're developing your belief system, you're tapping into your true life's calling and mission, but also I feel a lot of you have a big decision to make in your life. And I feel there's an energy of hoping that you make the right decision. I can see that you're on the right path to follow your heart and you will make the right decision, but you are required to take a pause and a review period in order to make an informed decision is what I see there. This is a life-changing decision for a lot of you. So it's going to be different for everybody, of course, but I see you looking at your options right now and trying to kind of like leave an old cycle or an old way of living behind in order to embrace a new path. Maybe a lifestyle change, doesn't have to be something super radical. It can be, although in the water right now, I'm seeing a removal van with lots of boxes and people putting stuff in. So for some of you, it could be a relocation that you're thinking about or currently in the midst of. So please apply it to your situation. Or, I mean, that could also symbolically mean that you're sorting through baggage of the past, that you are removing a lot of stuff from your life, decluttering, maybe simplifying your life in some way. So it could be that you are literally body, mind, and soul, but also in your house, kind of decluttering things and, you know, removing anything that causes you pain or suffering or sadness or is a reminder of a painful existence in the past. I feel like you are letting it go at this time. You're taking charge. Let's tap into your energy and see what is going on there. the overarching energy here, I see a lot of you also looking at friendships that are evolving and changing right now, or relationships with people who were once close to you, how the dynamic has changed, and some of you being very thoughtful about how it's changed, why it's changed, where there is a distance. So it could be people who were super close to you at one point. It just feels like the relationship has evolved, or you are outgrowing that situation, and it's made you feel very philosophical and thoughtful, but it's also attached to something that hurts, because you have a Three of Swords there. So it can be that in the last couple of years, for example, there has been a difference of opinion, or you feel that people feel differently about the world than you do right now. And it just feels like even though you love each other, there's unconditional love there, you feel a little bit at odds with the person. Like, you look at them now like, I can't believe that you believe that, but you honor their opinion because, everybody's got their own opinion. Whether you believe their opinion is right or not, that's the beauty of being a human being, that we all have individual independent thoughts. And, we are free to have those thoughts, or we should be free to have those thoughts. So I feel a lot of you are looking at people who were once aligned with you, and it felt different than it does now. So you may be looking at how you are out of alignment with certain people or friendships, or for some of you, it could even be family members that you feel, wow, things have just shifted, or there's just a difference of opinion, and it's like, can we let bygones be bygones? But on some things, I feel it has made a separation or a distance, and things don't feel the way they used to. So I feel some of you are very philosophical about that right now. So there could be one particular friendship that you are focused on, but let's get into every card individually, because I feel that's a majority energy going on for a lot of you about someone in particular who means the world to you, but something has shifted there. Now, of course, it could be that some of you have gone through a separation recently from a high-level commitment, and you're trying to keep your life in balance, and you're trying to adjust your life. Because we have the Lover's card in the resistance position, that's why I'm mentioning a separation or a detachment from, a person or a situation. It could also be that you are leaving an environment that you once loved, or a home that you once loved, and you're now going off on new adventures, and it's sad to say goodbye, but at the same time, you're off on a new adventure. It could be a job that you're leaving, for example, or a country that you're leaving. So please apply it to your situation, because I see a lot of you just separating from something that you once loved or felt loved by, and it feels like it's sad to say goodbye, but you're on a new path, because that calling card, which is the judgment card, of course, this is about you weighing up your options and seeing what is the best route for you to feel stable, to feel free, to explore your options, and just live the life that you aspire to. So that's coming out there strongly too. If you're going through a period of grief because of a certain circumstance, I'm sending you a huge hug out there. It's of course very challenging, and there are literally no words of comfort. I wish I could reach down the camera and scoot you all up and we just hug it out. But of course emotions will ebb and flow as the body needs, in order to kind of temper the pressure of grief and sadness. The body lets out a little bit of grief at different moments in order to cathartically process what's going on, so that you're not overwhelmed by all of it all at once, because that could potentially have catastrophic results on your body. So your body is like a supercomputer. It's very clever. It kind of says, okay, let's release a little bit of pressure right now, and you may find yourself suddenly crying, and then suddenly not crying, suddenly feeling very numb. So you will go through a process, of course, and it will ebb and flow as each day and sometimes each moment comes. So I'm sending you a huge hug out there, and so much love and so much respect. And with a lot of respect, I will disconnect from the energy, but know that if you have gone through a period of grief and lost someone who's close to you, I see major signs coming towards you to let you know of their presence, especially as you start to close out 2024. There's going to be a lot more. You're going to see lots of synchronicities. Ask for specific signs that are personal to you and the person, and you will receive them. I'm seeing, interesting, I'm actually seeing little holly berries, okay, right now. So it can be that you had a very complex relationship with that person, but there's a lot of unconditional love there. But seeing images of holly with little red berries are important, is what I'm being given. These could be logos, it could be a picture, it could be painting, it could actually be holly itself, or maybe, it'll be in and around a time period where holly, I think, is holly an evergreen? Maybe it is. I'm not really a fae with holly, but yeah, just look out for images. It's a little extra sort of indication that they're with you, okay? So with a lot of respect, I'm going to step away from the energy. Your first card for the majority of the collective watching this reading is, of course, the supermoon. Now, that is one of the most powerful energies of transformation that we can have and witness on the earthly plane. And it says here, you will emerge triumphant in the end. So whatever it is you're going through, whether it's a separation, whether it is a challenging time, because life is pretty difficult right now. And of course, it was always difficult, but the world has ramped up that level of crazy in the last couple of years. And we're all dealing with very strange energy, okay? But strange energy comes before radical transformation. And of course, we are moving into the age of Aquarius now. And it's a very positive time for the collective, where transformations come to help humanity. So I definitely see that things are going to work out better. It says here, fate, victory, success, and achievement. So a lot of you are busy doing life, trying to keep it running smoothly as possible. Really needing to look at your wins here, because sometimes you do not celebrate your success, okay? Sometimes you're just on to the next thing, on to the next thing. It's important that when you look back, you look at how far you've come and how triumphant you have been. So really celebrate yourself at times. And I feel there is an energy here of you looking at your destiny, or you looking at your true mission and calling, and really connecting to your inner compass. Some of you are making some radical adjustments in your life right now, because the Justice card indicates that you may feel, especially with the Temperance card there, you may have felt that there's been a lot of chaotic energy and you need to keep things running smoothly. And big decisions need to be made. So I feel a lot of you could be very cerebral right now, trying to make some decisions that are best for you and your family. And you are taking stock of things before you make that decision. I feel this is about you, really taking accountability for your life and taking charge to make those adjustments and being really honest with yourself. You're someone who is true blue honest. Your word is your bond. Your morals and ethics are very important to you, and I feel a lot of you are looking at that right now. So it could be that, for example, you're looking at the world around you and what you believe in as well, and you're seeing things that align with who you are and what you stand for or what you believe in. So it could be that, for example, if there is some sort of product or some sort of service that does not align with your belief system, you're avoiding it. You're saying, no, that's not what I stand for, so I'm not going to invest in that at this time. I see a lot of you just looking at your life right now and doing what you feel is right for you and the world that you want to live in. But also, this card can indicate that a lot of you on a personal level, you're trying to achieve something and you're currently bringing your worries into review, okay? So this can be that you are a high achiever, you hold yourself to a high standard, and that you are trying really hard to triumph in some area or have a success in some area of your life. Now, it doesn't have to be to do with money, but you have the Knight of Cups here. So this can indicate that you're trying to focus on your dreams, your goals, your wishes, but also with that Knight of Cups, there's an energy of focusing on your health as well. So it could be a health related endeavor. It's like you're looking at what you put your energy into and how it's transforming things. So it could be that, if you want to transform your energy levels, you may implement certain food substances into your diet to give you optimum energy or optimum vitamins in order to affect your energy levels. It could also be that in order to bring more peace of mind to your working environment, you locate yourself in a peaceful working environment. If you work from home, for example, and the front part of your apartment is super loud because it's on a main high street, you may change your room around and actually work at the back of your apartment where it's quieter. Maybe there's like an alleyway or a quieter kind of ambiance in the room at the back. So please apply it to your situation. It feels more than anything you're striving for balance and harmony in your life, but that's in your nature because of course you are a Libran and you're an air element, and of course this is a Libra card, and the Libra card always connects to justice, which is about doing what is right, speaking your truth, and basically harmonizing your life so that you get the best of all that is on offer in life. Now, of course, the Justice card can indicate that a lot of you have a lot of like administrative tasks or errands to run in your life right now. You have a lot of responsibility, and you may also feel that you have a responsibility to do what is your duty or do what is right for you and your family, just to keep the peace or to keep life running smoothly. And in your resistance position, some of you feel there's something that you want to run off and do, or you want to manifest that you feel like you haven't got right now, because the Lover's card is in the resistance position. So you may feel detached from something that you love or want, or for some of you, if you are single, you may feel that you want to, of course, find love. So it can be that you need to put yourself in a position to meet new people or do new things for you, because ultimately you're putting your own needs first, learning how to articulate your needs so that they are met in a healthy way, but also you are trying to make sure that you do more things for you. And I feel that also extends to, picking up hobbies or getting integrated in a community environment or connecting to people, because this is about your relationships, it's about your alliances, it's about the people you meet. And some of you may have felt that you haven't met all of your soul tribe yet, or you may not have met the love of your life right yet. So I feel there's an energy of you making some adjustments in your world in order to accomplish or discover the things that you feel are missing ingredients in your life right now. Because of course we've also got the Temperance card, which again is all about balance and patience. So I feel that a lot of you have been waiting a long time diligently trying to change your life or accomplish the things that you want. And it can throw up some fears that perhaps things are not going to happen, but I do see that they are going to be accomplished, okay? And it requires, of course, effort or a first step, because we've got the autumn moon as your outcome energy, which means, the seeds that you plant are ready for harvest, that there is a time of plenty, and that everything you've been striving for, it will be accomplished, and you'll be very satisfied with whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. Whether it's a passion project, whether it's a career endeavor, whether it's deepening your belief system and connecting to your sense of purpose, whether it's a career related endeavor, or even a move somewhere. So whatever it is that you are trying to accomplish or put all your focus and energy into right now, I feel like you're holding yourself to account to make sure that you remain on target. And that Temperance card is also connected to your true life's calling and mission. But, whenever you get the Temperance card, it's like turning one thing into another, okay? Kind of like blending all your energies to create something really special. When you think about a rainbow, for example, you need rain and you need sun in order to have the rainbow appear. So it can be that you are blending your energies and times and your resources, shall we say, in order to create the lifestyle that you really aspire to. For some of you, it could be that you're trying things out to keep life balance. So for example, because there's so much sort of flexible duality energy, some of you may be looking at hormonal related issues that you've been experiencing or energy level dips, and you may be trying out new products or new vitamins or new kind of like lotions and potions and all of those things. You may be trying things out, maybe even methods of diets or methods of exercise or mindfulness to see what works for you. Because these two cards, they're very explorative. What works for you? whatever works for you may not work for another person. So I feel like you're trying things out that best work for you. If you're looking for a product, like a skin product, for example, to help you in some area, like, you know, maybe moisturize dry skin, or if you're trying things out for rosacea, for example, or if you are just trying to keep your hair, nails, and skin on optimum levels. It could be that you're trying new things out right now in order to see what works for you. And, you know, it's like trial and error. Three of Swords indicates some things are not going to work. Some things are going to work with that Knight of Cups. You're going to discover something that you absolutely love that works for you. Same with life in general. Could be that you're trying out a new neighborhood and you're seeing if you feel like you fit there. Or you may be going on a vacation to see where in the world calls to your sense of spirit, where you feel like you want to plant roots. If you're retired, it could be that you have a place that you vacation all the time, and suddenly you decide actually you want to retire there. You don't want to just visit it on a temporary basis. You want long-term commitment to it. So please apply it to your situations, because the Temperance card is all about being explorative right now to see what works for you, where you feel like you belong, what is your sense of purpose. You're trying out new things in order to see what is beneficial for you. Also, the Temperance card is a spiritual evaluation, and it indicates that you are doing a lot of healing, you are trying to connect to that flow, and I feel you're in a period of review in order to, you know, basically get the best of all worlds in your life. Normally on the Temperance card in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, there is a clear path that makes its way all the way to the sun, and there's a crown on that, and it highlights that deep down you know what is right for you, but you must explore it first to make sure, and then solidify it as something that is permanent in your life when you feel it is right for you. Same with a relationship, friendship. So I feel like you're looking at things that have a temporary nature, and everything has the potential to change, and you're being flexible in that knowing. So I feel a lot of you are also looking at transformation in your life. I feel, oh wow, look at that. It says Quicksilver, accept the temporary nature of everything. So as I said, it's like money, for example. Easy come, easy go. You know, it's about saving things, making sure that money is fluid as well, because that's when you actually increase your finances and feel more stable. Also, it's about being flexible with ideas, trying new things. It's about being flexible with events that you go to keep life interesting and to keep learning, trying out new things. It says here, fleeting, elusive, not meant to be, but it's in the resistance position. So it highlights to you that you're letting go of things that are not meant to be. Again, it comes back to that big van that I saw where boxes are being sort of loaded into the van. So it can indicate that you're just accounting or taking stock of things in your life that are not meant to be, or that you don't want in your life anymore, and you're just putting it in the van and sending the van off and saying, bye, you know, it was nice knowing you, I caught the lessons, I'm keeping the lessons with me, but everything else now needs to leave. So I feel a lot of you are looking at that. I also feel there's an energy coming from this card of hardship, and it feels like, you know, this is a time where hardship is going to dissipate for you. I feel the path literally on this card is clear. Okay, so I feel there's an energy of any blockages that you've been experiencing recently are going to be lifted. So whether that's a money block, whether it's a block in love, some of you may have been hurt in the past. You know, that Lover's card in the resistance position, it can indicate that you've been brokenhearted or let down in a relationship or even in a friendship, and it feels like, you know, suddenly there's a block. Because whenever we get hurt in life, suddenly we shut down. It's a protective measure to make sure that we are not hurt anymore. You know, we're at capacity for the heartbreak or the sadness or disappointment, and we need to limit any experience of that. But we must go through it in order to release it. So I feel a lot of you have been opening yourself up and realizing that you must move through it. And I feel there's an energy of healing going on here, and you're discovering more about spiritual wisdom. I'm being given an energy of, you know, when we feel broken, that's when the light gets through the cracks, right? So I feel there is an awakening here for you. I feel that you are healing and you're putting yourself back together, but in a different form. You've changed, okay? And I feel the lessons will remain with you, but I do see this energy of your spirits being revitalized in some way. Like, life is good. Things are going to get better for you. I see abundance. I see you taking charge. I see you being very goal-oriented. And I see you as a very sensitive person who is basically going through a period of letting go of things that you're outgrowing. And it can be hard, you know? With the High Priestess, it is a card of review. It basically means you're reprogramming. So some of you could be reprogramming things from childhood. With the Lover's card, it could be parents, things that you learnt or witnessed from your parents. You may be noticing that they also had certain things that they had not healed, and they passed them down generationally, and you may be given one of the most difficult tasks, which is to break a generational cycle. And I feel like you're breaking through that. It's been hard, and it is hard, and I feel you'll sit with that for a while, but with that Knight of Cups, you free yourself from this and you revitalize your spirits, because I feel a lot of you have been going through some disappointments recently on a personal level, and I feel like you're about to break through those blocks. And I feel this kind of butterfly effect is happening for you. As you can see, those ripples in that card, it highlights that, everything is an impact, and I feel you are making a difference in your world, and you are transforming your world where you will have an impact on your future. And it feels like your future self will thank you for everything that you're going through, processing, letting go of right now, and shifting towards, and you are creating harmony, balance in your life. And I see that you're kind of like healing yourself, body, mind, and soul. There's a very philosophical healing going on with these cards in this position. So I feel also with the High Priestess, you're deepening your belief system, and I feel you've been really tested recently, and I feel that there's an energy here of you, as you've been tested and you've had some hardship, it's actually helped you increase your spiritual awareness and tap into your spiritual gifts. Flashes of knowingness, clairvoyance. I feel there's an energy here of learning about your spiritual gifts. But sometimes we go through a hardship to put us on pause. Some of you may have felt a little bit stuck in a rut, or you may have even felt a little bit lonely recently, or just disappointed with the way that the world has been going, and you want justice for everything, and you just want the best for everybody, including yourself. And it's hard to kind of see sometimes how such horrible things can happen in the world, especially when you are such a good soul with a good heart. And I feel as long as you try and do your bit in the world and try and shape your part of the world in a positive way, then, if everyone did that, then, the world would be a great place indeed. But I feel sometimes there are things outside of ourselves that we cannot change, and we must acknowledge our power in what we have the potential to change, and what we must accept, and channel the excess energy into positivity in our own world, if that makes sense. I'm not sure why that's coming through. Some of you may have been very philosophical about the world and what's going on in it right now, and the radical changes. Some of you are tapping into what you feel is to come based on your hunches and how you feel energetically about the world at large. And you may feel that everything is temporary right now, that you feel it's been hard to make plans, or you have been fearful of making long-term plans because you feel that anything can happen and turn on a dime. But I want you to be aware you are secure to follow your passions and live your dreams, and that actually everything is going to work out in your favor. Sometimes the nature of the world is fear itself, and I feel this is something that you are learning right now, and detaching from anything that causes fear or has the power to break down or infiltrate your peace of mind. Okay, I see a lot of you also yearning to be by yourself, to literally read good books or submerge yourself in, like, not a fantasy world, but also in knowledge, like just to go a little bit deeper inside of yourself. And so I'm seeing a lot of you really curious about new genres of books, and a lot of them may be spiritual books or self-help kind of books as well, but I see a lot of the knowledge is within you already, so you can tap into that too. Now we do have the Lovers card. It is in the resistance position, so it is like you got it in the reverse at first, but it will go into the upright. So I definitely get a sense here that there is a choice to be made in your life that's actually very difficult. And with the High Priestess and with the Knight of Cups, of course, as well as the Justice card, it tells me some of you, it may be a head over heart decision, and you are making an informed choice at this time. It's a difficult decision, and some of you may feel or even fear making the wrong decision. But I actually see, again, this energy of trial and error. You'll never know until you take that first step. But ultimately, I see that you are on the right path. One path is very difficult, and the other one is a little bit easier, of course. And I feel like you are going to instinctively, because you have the High Priestess, which is all about intuition, you're instinctively going to choose the right path. So really tap into your heart, because the Lovers card indicates ultimately you will follow your heart. We always return to the heart, okay? So even if you feel that you are going to make the logical decision, the one that you feel logically is best for you, you'll make that decision, but ultimately your heart will yearn and yearn and yearn, and eventually you will return to the heart. You'll return to what you feel your heart desires. And that's the same in love, it's the same in career, it's the same in location, it's the same in everything. The heart will always yearn or lament the thing it feels it does not have. And you know, that inner voice will actually amplify the heart space, and you know, eventually you'll return to accomplishing whatever the heart desires. So ultimately it means you should always follow the heart first, okay? Now the Lovers card, this reading is not really about love, okay? But if you are looking for love, I do see you meeting a soulmate, and I see a soul contract with this person, and I see that you will marry this person. This person has been through some hard things as well. Some of them have been very similar to what you've experienced, and I feel a lot of you, it's not a trauma bond, I want you to be aware of that, but I do see a lot of you bonding with a person and recognizing that this person, they've experienced such similar things that they would never, because I feel this person that you're about to meet has been cheated on. So if you have been cheated on in the past yourself, I feel this person respects love and respects the sanctity of a relationship and would never cheat on another person because they've had it done to them. So it feels very much like there is an affinity between you both and an empathy of what you've both been through. And I feel you meet a person and you connect straight away. So if you're looking for love, I definitely see a high level commitment. There's a lot of romantic energy around you, someone finding you attractive, and no matter what age you are, because some of you, you may have resigned yourself to the fact that love is not coming because you've waited a long time, or you may feel you're a certain age and it's almost like you stop looking, okay? But I want you to be aware that the more you integrate yourself to do things that you love, because I see a lot of you trying new things, trying to explore your passions and trying to connect to hobbies or things that your heart's desire. I see you meeting new people, and this is going to open up your social circle and you will meet new people, because this is about being solitary in the resistance position, and the Lovers card is about connecting to like-minded individuals where there is a camaraderie or there is a bond between people. So meeting your soul tribe. So if some of you feel that, you know, you're a little bit isolated or lonely, I see you integrating yourself more into communal groups, doing things that you love for you. And I see that there will be a secret admirer at that group, but they will make their feelings known, and there's a very sort of positive reaction from you as well from that. I feel like you fall in love with this person too, okay? But ultimately, I see a lot of you are looking at your relationships in general, and this card can indicate that, you know, there's an energy of you looking at reciprocity in your life, because there's so much balance cards here. It's the give and take. So you're looking at how you give to people, and you're not giving to receive, but I feel like you're noticing when people just take and take and take and overstep a boundary or a mark. I feel like you're distancing yourself from those scenarios. Also, I feel there's this energy that some of you are trying to romance your life a little bit more. you're trying to revitalize your spirits. You've been through either an unwellness, or you've been through a difficult period, or a disappointment, or you felt let down in some way, and you're just trying to get back on track and recalibrate. So for some of you, it could be that you're going through a divorce, right? And there's a legal aspect with that justice card there, and it can be hard. It can be you questioning, like, where did the love go? How did things get to this critical state? How is that things have like fallen apart? It's really sad, but ultimately it's setting you free. You learned lessons from that person and that experience, and now you're free to romance your life. I mean, it's always going to be hard. It's always going to be difficult. There'll always be wounds connected to this experience, but ultimately, you know, you will love again. There will be times where you connect to new people on different levels and learn new things, but ultimately you will have a high level commitment again in the future. So all is not lost. The same with if you have lost a job, for example, with the Lover's card in the Resistance position. Something that you once loved, you may have felt was either unfair, got taken away from you, or you feel that you have lost your loving feeling for something that you used to do. And suddenly it's about going through that difficulty of managing the chaos of doing something that you don't really love anymore and searching for something new. And then suddenly discovering, through the hardship of looking and identifying what it is you really want to do that really aligns with your sense of purpose, and then being offered an opportunity. So if you've been out of work for a while, it can be that things have been challenging and you were starting to lose faith, but all of a sudden there is an opportunity being offered to you that you're really going to love. It's almost like the holy grail of opportunity is being offered. Could also be that you're trying to find out where you belong right now, and you're searching for a property. You could be going through reels and reels and reels of properties out there, and suddenly you find the one that you want, but maybe it's a little bit too high in price, and you're negotiating a deal, and then suddenly someone else comes in and pips you to the post, and you're like really disappointed. But the universe is kind of like saying to you that something that you felt like you wanted, or that you were willing to settle for, there is something better on offer here, and do not settle. So I feel a lot of you are looking at where you have settled, or where you've given away your power in your circumstances, or undersold your gifts or talents, or underestimated yourself. I feel the universe is saying there's a better way, or is presenting an opportunity for you to find better, because the universe wants you to overcome this challenging period. That Three of Swords there, I'm going to pull a card on it, but ultimately your overarching energy indicates things are going to get better. There is a time of plenty here for you. And it says your planted seeds are ready to harvest. Plenty, abundance, ripe, and release. So it can indicate that a lot of you are doing things that you love, you know, but it's hard. It's hard to maintain everything. It's challenging to keep on top of things. That Three of Swords can indicate blood, sweat, and tears that goes into running your life or being successful. Everything that it takes for you to live your passions and to achieve your dreams. It's hard. It's not given to you on a plate, but it's worth it, because more prosperity, more proposals come your way, more opportunities, and you're in the flow. You're not remaining stagnant. And I feel that's something that you're very conscious of with those two very flexible cards, that you want the yin and yang of life, a time for action and a time to receive. You need to be in the flow, because if you're stagnant, then that's when your energy starts to dip. That's when you start to feel lethargic, or you start to lose faith or feel really tested. And I feel like you've been there and you're trying to get out of that right now. We've also got the Judgment card, which is another card of duality. So this is about you kind of like exploring your options. There's an alternative path opening up here for you. And I feel a lot of you are mainly looking at your inner compass. There's a rebirth here, an awakening. I feel like you're letting go. You're in a period of self-analysis, especially since that Libra card of Justice is a very deep cerebral card of you looking at your options, having to make a decision, having to make some adjustments, and keeping on target. And this card indicates that you will find a way. Big lifestyle changes are happening here for you, but you are in control of those. And I feel like you are trying to leave your old life behind in some way in order to transform or get something better. There's an energy also here of praying for something that you feel is hard to accomplish or achieve. For some of you, it's, you know, inner peace. You could be so busy multitasking. It's very chaotic life, and it feels very much like you're just trying to protect your inner peace, remain on target, and live a simple life. A lot of you, it can be that you're praying for good health, or you're praying for protection for your family and for your friends. So whatever it is you're praying for or manifesting, because depending on your belief system, you're tapping into the energy of manifestation, I feel it will be delivered for you and you're accomplishing it. But also you've set things in motion already for these things to happen. So you must also celebrate yourself that you're doing an awesome job with the resources that you've got, and that you will accomplish whatever it is that you have set out to accomplish. You're on target to achieve, but it's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it, whatever it is for you. But that Three of Swords, I have to pull a card on it because this can be a disappointment. It could also be that someone has said something to you that wounded you. It could be something from the past. It could be that you were bullied when you were younger. And sometimes when you are about to become intimate with another person, or you're about to accomplish something that really sets you apart for success, it can be that those old things that was said to you by a bully or maybe even a family member, they start to raise their head and start to plant seeds of doubt or make you feel like you're not enough, or even, trigger kind of imposter syndrome, for example. Because I feel there is an energy here of some of you feeling like either there's someone close to you who did not support you or doesn't get what you're about, and you feel disappointed in that, but you're still going to live your life the way you want to. You're taking accountability of your life and you are marching to the beat of your own drum. But the Three of Swords can indicate there's a wound there that you take with you, or there's something you experienced that you take with you, and it feels that you will get justice because the Justice card is there, especially if you've got the Justice card and the Three of Swords and you're going through a divorce, for example. It can signify that you will get justice, you will get a fair outcome. A lot of you, it can indicate that you're in a problem-solving phase of your life right now. You're trying to get the best out of life, so you're dealing with something head on. You're trying to make adjustments so that you can overcome the problem. So I need to pull a card on that. I mean, there will always be problems. We always have to navigate life, but I feel like you're acknowledging that everything changes and there will always be a challenge, but you're living your life in accordance with your heart and your free will. The Emperor, you're taking charge. For some of you, this could also be a parental figure. Okay, that either you have had some distance with or had some conflict with. It doesn't have to be a masculine energy, but the Emperor can represent a parental type figure, father figure. But it also, I mean, as I mentioned earlier, and I mentioned the world at large, some of you are like really disappointed with the way that the world is run or governed, and you're looking at authority and how there's always sadness or always chaos or always pain, and it's based on how governments are run or how people run certain things, and you feel that, there needs to be a change, and you are trying to be that change yourself. So some of you, it could be that you're going into the legal environment to try and be a difference or make a change. For some of you, you could be running for government, for example, or thinking about doing it, or setting up some sort of campaign in order to transform the way that the world is run. That's on a grand scale. But for some of you, on a more sort of personal scale, this is about taking charge of your life. A lot of you, whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, it requires you to be very strict with yourself, to have this heavy sense of duty, and to sort of like put certain things on the back burner or sacrifice certain things in order to accomplish a heart's desire. It doesn't really feel like a complete sacrifice, but it means that you need to manage your life in a different way. So for example, if you are a performer, an actor, a musician, or an artist, it can be that you need to submerge yourself completely in your work. And there may be times where you have to alienate yourself to go off and write music or do a piece of art, live in your own world, maybe learn lines if you're a performer, an actor, or whatever it is that you do, even if you work for like a company where you need to have all the information and the talent and the skills and the certifications and the knowledge, you have to put a lot of time and effort into that, and you have to do it by yourself. And it can indicate that you miss out sometimes on like people's birthdays or anniversaries, or it can be that there's a clash of times, and it's about managing your time and recognizing that some sacrifices are worth it and others are not. Ultimately, sacrificing time with the people you care about is not something that you want to do, but I feel like you will find the balance in working things out and adjusting dates and times and what you have to do as a sense of responsibility and duty, and you will find the best of both worlds, so that you can enjoy it all, is what's coming out there, because your protagonist energy is to have both things, the duality of both things. The Temperance card and the Justice card is like, you can have some of that, you can have some of that, and you can make it work. And with that Emperor energy, it can indicate that there needs to be a structure, or there needs to be this energy of you being a bit stricter with your time so that you can have it all, okay? Now also the Emperor energy, of course, can indicate that you are finding that things have been pretty serious recently, and it is hard to romance your life. The Three of Swords and the Emperor energy can be, some difficulties or serious energy where you felt very heavy, or you felt controlled by a person, or someone tried to manipulate time in some way, and you feel you need to be free of that. And I see that you are disconnecting from anything that hurts you, because it feels very much like you are reviewing your life and looking at anything that has the potential to really be a negative force in your life. So Three of Swords, if for example, you have too much caffeine and you feel overstimulated and it makes you feel a little bit unwell, or it makes you feel like you have intense highs and intense lows, it could be that you are deciding to limit or temper, because I don't see you cutting it out, because the Knight of Cups can indicate that if you temper things with the Justice card and the Temperance card, you can have a little bit of what you fancy, but don't overdo it. For some of you, that could also connect to like a substance or alcohol, for example. If you don't take alcohol, it could be that, there is a person who's always super negative, and you love this person, but they cannot get out of their own funk, and you try to be there for them and support them. And it's like you may temper the time that you spend with them. You don't give up on them, you spend time with them, but you don't, submerge yourself or give your all to that situation, or spend too much time that you feel it is affecting you, if you know what I mean. Now we've got that Knight of Cups, of course, which is to follow your passions, follow your heart, but it's also to revitalize your spirit, okay? You may have felt that you've been through some tests recently that tried to break your spirit, but you're not going to let it win. And I feel there's an energy here of opportunity coming towards you. And ultimately, the universe is protecting you and sending you opportunities to thrive and be secure in your circumstances, okay? I mean, the Knight of Cups is all that you desire being offered to you, because you've put in the hard work and you've made your life work in accordance to your resources. So I feel that you will possess all that you desire. But also, of course, this can be that you are going to attract love into your life. And ultimately, I feel a lot of you could be working hard off grid or under the radar to transform your life. And when the moment is right, you will reveal all that you've been working on, whether it's a personal development project, whether it is you decluttering your life, whether it is you relocating or working on running your own business or being your own boss. Whatever it is, for some of you, it could be that you are currently trying to make a decision on when you decide the right time is to retire, for example. And if you're retired already, it could be that you are trying to spend your time with your family, but also spend your time independently exploring the world and your creativity, and you're deepening your belief system as well. So it's like having everything in moderation. How you split your time between the things that you love and the people that you love, and also going off independently and exploring things on your own. So this is a complex reading. It may not resonate with everyone, of course, so I have to honor each card as it comes out. But I would say your majority of your energy is about making a radical decision that is a life-changing decision, sitting with self in order to really tap into what path you feel is right for you and making the right decision. So we've got clock, okay? So clock is, of course, a measure of time, but also it's about you utilizing time effectively and not connecting to people who waste your time, but also this is about you finding yourself in the flow of action, doing something, but also having time to recuperate your energy and heal or just take stock of things and relax. It says here, impatient or frustrated with the lack of progress in some area of your life, remember that time is only an illusion. Allow yourself to relax into the knowingness of what you are seeking is already yours. That's a great way of seeing it. You've already put it out there into the ether. You've already taken steps to accomplish whatever it is you have set up to do. And as you can see, your outcome, it's already yours. So, it can be hard to achieve it, but know that it's already offered to you in the future, and your future self is thanking you for all the effort that you're making right now. We've also got mirror, okay? So a period of review, self-reflection, that did come up in your reading there. And it says, reflecting on previous choices and actions may help guide you towards a better future. Remember that the energy you put in is the energy you get back. Now, it's the ebb and flow. It's the cause and effect, the butterfly effect. And that did come up very strongly in your reading about what you do and how it affects your future. The future is bright for you. And whatever it is you're doing, I can see that it is hard, but you shall win the day. You shall accomplish it. And the universe is going to bestow upon you whatever it is that you desire. So you may be in a period of reflecting right now on the next move, especially since you have the chess piece at the end there. So this does indicate overall, whoever I'm tapping into, there is a big decision to be made, or some of you are strategizing the next step. And although it's a hard decision, Three of Swords indicates it is a hard decision to make, can indicate you have to let go of one thing in order to get the other. So, it's about what is best for you. And it says this card can indicate someone who is moving in a strategic manner, planning ahead or waiting for the right time to make a move, considering how this decision affects you or others. Okay, so that's written all over your reading right now. So whatever decision you're making, know that instinctively you're making the right one, and that whatever it is that you are seeking, it shall be offered to you. It shall be so. Okay, so I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a button before I close your reading. Now, this is quite loud, so just be a little bit mindful of your wonderful ears. Okay, so we have a couple of things. So first of all, we have a ring, okay, which basically is you looking at your commitments. And there are commitments to friendships, family members, soul tribe members, but also commitments to your endeavors or to your day-to-day tasks and responsibilities, and keeping things simple and being on top of things. But also, of course, the gem on this highlights that you are formed under pressure, and that although you've been tested, everything is going to come together as it should. Everything will come full circle for you there. But also for some of you, because we got the Lover's card and the Knight of Cups, there is an energy here of you meeting a high-level divine counterpart, and you will be in a relationship with that person. For some of you, if you're already in one of those, it could be that your person pops the question, or if you're already committed to that person, it could be that they want to renew their vows with you, just to solidify. I feel if you've been going through a hardship or a difficulty in a relationship, I feel both of you acknowledge how hard things have been, and love saves the day. There's a lot of love here between you and this person, and I feel that you will overcome this challenge, whatever it may be. Now, we've also got the Cat in the Hat. Now, this is coming out a lot for the collective. So this is about the sense of independence. It's about embracing the flamboyance as well of life, dressing up just for the sake of things, using that beautiful candle that perhaps you're saving, using it now, or perhaps breaking out that I don't know, special pair of shoes that you've been saving for an outing or an event. Why not have it now? You know, this is about living in the moment and romancing your life right now. It will revitalize your spirits and connect to a different vibration. Also, the cat indicates that some of you are looking before you leap on something, strategizing. I always love it when I watch a little cat. It's got the object of its desire locked on. So you may have locked on to a goal that you're wanting to accomplish. And, you know, it does that little dance, you know. So this is the equivalent of the Temperance card, like, you know, adjusting on each paw for the cat, but you're adjusting the requirements that are necessary to launch into action and accomplish whatever it is that you want to. You're about to pounce on something, but you will accomplish it, whatever it is. And of course we have the tree, which is all about stability. It can also be about family responsibilities. So I feel some of you are looking at those and making sure you keep balance there, but also give yourself free time to go and explore all the things that you love to do for you. But that tree can also indicate some of you are looking at where you feel like you belong and planting roots somewhere that you feel an affinity to. But ultimately, I feel it's about you knowing that you are secure to explore and that you're branching out in some area of your life. And when you feel an affinity to something, then you will plant that seed. Remember, it says here in this last card, the seeds that you've sown are going to bear fruit, I think it says. It says they're ready to harvest. So this tree, it started with a seed. So this indicates that something that you are connecting to or have connected to is flourishing now, and you will benefit from it in some way. Okay, so I'll leave it there because that could be any benefit. It could be a financial benefit, could be a promotion, could be an opportunity that you've been waiting for, or a personal discovery. Whatever it is, you will benefit from it. And I hope something resonates in this reading for you, my beautiful Librans. And if it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press that little notification bell. Lets you know when I update my next message, and it lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Librans, and love and light.